12,000 years. But did you know that today there are robots that can pick fruit and sensors that know what a plant wants and when? Here are 7 Israeli technologies that are making farming more efficient and more sustainable. Nitzavim is famous for inventing drip irrigation, a system which drips water directly into plant roots. It significantly reduces water and increases crop yields. Today, they offer sustainable turnkey projects that include high-tech greenhouses and advanced control and monitoring open platform.
This open platform wraps up 50 years of experience, put it up in the cloud, use this big data in order to serve every farmer worldwide.
Israel recycles over 86% of its wastewater, by far the highest in the world. The Shafdan treatment plant takes raw sewage, filters it again with microorganisms, and cleans it until it is safe to drink. Taranis is an intelligence platform that uses satellite imagery, aerial footage, big data, and predictive analytics to monitor fields and help farmers make the best decisions.
We can image a field in a really high resolution, about 0.1 millimeter per pixel.
Wow.
That means that we can see a tiny insect on a leaf, and then we can train a computer to analyze it and find these insects or weeds or disease and give a farmer a report, and then he can spray according to this report. Just where in his field we can find the weeds, he can apply spraying just there.
BioBee uses predatory wasps to control insects as a biopesticide. It thereby reduces the need for chemical pesticides by up to 70%. Groundwork BioAg uses tiny microscopic fungi to help plant roots absorb more nutrients. This increases crop yield with less fertilizer.
So the fungus penetrates the plant root. It effectively extends that root in an underground web. The fungus can break down nutrients that are otherwise unavailable to the plant and physically mobilize them into the plant.
FF Robotics makes robots with computer vision that can actually pick fruits straight off the trees. Saplant uses big data and sensors to talk with plants to know exactly what nutrients they need and when they need to be watered. With more people on the planet, we need to grow more food with less water and smarter, cleaner processes. This is the next agricultural revolution right here in Israel.
Doctors have been performing surgery for centuries, but surgery in 2019 is a little bit different. Doctors are now relying on robots, lasers, and even augmented reality to save lives. Here are 3 Israeli tech companies that are changing the face of medicine. Mazor Robotics has created a robot that can perform, that's right, spinal surgery. It integrates advanced analytical tools, precision guidance, and 3D imaging technologies. Mazor means to heal in Hebrew, and that's precisely what the company is doing.
המערכת היא מערכת רובוטית, וזה אומר דיוק יותר מאשר יד אנושית. באפשרותנו לבצע תכנון מקדים של הניתוח, והרופא שמבצע את התכנון בעצם יכול לראות את הניתוח עוד לפני שהוא התחיל.
What happens when surgery meets augmented reality? Let's just say incredible possibilities for the field of medicine. Bionics has pioneered a visual platform for surgeons which uses augmented reality during surgery.
The heart of the system is the augmented reality display that is used by the surgeons and provides a very high resolution stereoscopic imagery. All the data is projected to the surgeon in the very critical phases of surgery.
Innovation is part of Elbit's DNA. Bionics is a good example of how we leverage technology used in aviation to revolutionize the world of medical operation.
Technology is all about the future, but when it comes to diagnosing a patient, the past is pretty important.
At Zebra Medical Vision, we're teaching computers how to read and diagnose medical imaging scans at scale. We're using millions of CT scans, MRIs, X-rays, mammograms in order to teach computers how to detect specific findings that will serve clinicians and hospitals in improving patient care.
Augmented reality and robots are less scary than you would think. And Israeli startups like Mazor Robotics, Bionics, and Zebra Medical Vision are closer than ever to discovering the next medical breakthrough, one surgery at a time. If you care, share.
The Hebrew University of Jerusalem is Israel's research powerhouse. It produces fully 1/3 of all academic research in the country and 40% of biotechnology research.
That's our aim, to be one of the very few leading institutions in the world that are at the frontier of the field and actually define the frontier of the field.
The best researchers focusing on biomedical sciences are at this faculty.
With a legacy of genius bequeathed by the university's founders in 1918, today's faculty and alumni are also world-class, earning 7 Nobel Prizes in just 1 decade. Hebrew University is an engine of innovation, powering Israel to a position of leadership in transforming the fruits of academic discovery into real-world benefits for humanity.
We have the opportunity, through our basic discoveries, actually make a difference in this renewable energy problem in the way that we harness solar energy for the 21st century.
Yisum Research Development Company of the Hebrew University translates academic research into profitable commercial applications, partnering with the world's leading corporations. Yisum has registered 7,000 patents covering 2,023 inventions and has licensed over 530 technologies. Products created from Hebrew University research generate over $2 billion in annual sales worldwide.
The satisfaction is from taking something theoretical that would interest a body of 1,000 people, 2,000 people, and bring it into a level in which it is relevant for millions of people.
To see that what we do at the end of the day has a real impact on the life of people, on the health of people, of course it's very rewarding.
Products pioneered at Hebrew University are helping people live better lives every day. Doxil is the leading cancer-fighting drug in its field, and Exelon brings relief to many who suffer from Alzheimer's disease. Brain research going on today promises to translate to even greater real-world benefits in the future.
In the field of DNA methylation, the university, my lab, together with the laboratory of Aaron Razin, are really almost the center of the world. Almost all of the basic elements of this subject were discovered here.
My hunch was that if I did the same good work in Israel that I did at Harvard, that it would mean more. And that has panned out very nicely.
Agricultural discoveries at Hebrew University not only fed the country, but now make Israel a net food exporter. Most of the world's cherry tomatoes came from a Hebrew University design, and new technology is revolutionizing wastewater recovery in Israel and around the world. Hebrew University's impact is global.
Israel is actually leading the world. We desalinize more water and we treat wastewater and reutilize it in irrigation, in agriculture.
It's a global problem and also happen in China. So if we can find good solution here, and then I will bring back to China to solve our problem.
Since its founding, Hebrew University has been an intellectual powerhouse, creating great ideas and breakthrough discoveries. It was an essential ingredient in Israel's rapid development into a world-class agricultural, medical, and high-technology leader. In the future, it will bring more and even greater gifts to Israel and to the world.
It's called Operation Thunderbolt. It's one of the boldest, most audacious missions ever attempted. The plan has 3 critical stages. Each man plays a critical role. Stage 1, the journey. They must get a unit of commandos to Entebbe. This is the task of pilot Josh Sharney. Sharney will lead a convoy of 4 Hercules C-130 transporter planes on a 2,500-mile route to Uganda. Entebbe Airport consists of 2 terminals. The hostages are being held at the old terminal to the east. 2.4 kilometers to the west is the new terminal. The plan is for the 4 Hercules to use the cover of night to land undetected on this runway. Sharney must land first. The other 3 Hercules will touch down 7 minutes later with backup and supplies. Sharney has been warned that the runway lights will most likely be off. In other words, he must land virtually blind. This maneuver isn't in the handbook.
Now, can you imagine that if the terrorists will be alert, they can start shooting, they can kill everybody in 5 minutes.
Stage 2, the transfer. Once the lead Hercules lands, 30 commandos must get to the doors of the terminal in total secrecy. It's a 2-kilometer journey. Over 100 Ugandan soldiers stand guard on the tarmac, outside the terminal, and on the control tower. Muki Betsa comes up with an outrageous idea. They plan to get from the Hercules to the terminal by posing as a Ugandan military escort. Betsa recalls how Amin and his army chiefs are driven about in large black cars, pursued by military jeeps. Ugandan soldiers live in terror of Amin and his generals. When they see such an escort, they let it pass unchallenged. The Israelis are bringing a black Mercedes and 2 jeeps to Entebbe. Incredibly, they plan to drive them straight past the Ugandans all the way to the terminal. Stage 3, the assault. Yoni Netanyahu and a small force will take on the Ugandans outside on the tarmac. Meanwhile, teams of 3 will storm through the terminal doors, eliminate the terrorists, and free the hostages. The next day, in total secrecy, the army builds a life-size replica of the terminal. They handpick commandos for the mission, who rehearse the assault over and over. They must get every tiny detail right, because one mistake could trigger a catastrophe. Defense Minister Perez immediately backs the plan. But it's so risky and unorthodox that he must persuade many members of the cabinet.
If we shall fail, nobody will forgive us.